Hello, my name is Vedant Yesi. Welcome to my channel. On today's episode of Slow on the Uptake, we are discussing 3 pieces of media that I absolutely love. This is the first episode in a series that I hope I can continue throughout the entire summer. I'm very excited, and let's just get right into it. I wanted to talk about why I'm doing this. This past year, and since the beginning of October 2024, I've kind of given up a lot of my social media so that I could help out my own grades. My consumption of Instagram Reels and TikTok was just getting way too big, and that was definitely affecting my academic performance. I didn't really like that, so my dad just suggested, hey, why don't you just delete these apps? And I was like, sure, let me try. So for the month of October, right, I deleted Instagram, I deleted TikTok, I deleted Twitter, and I told all my friends about it. Right before I did all that, I was like, yo guys, if you want to reach out to me in any way, feel free to kind of DM me, ask for my number. That's what I did. Right, I realized after that month of October, I didn't miss Instagram or any of that at all. I realized that there's no reason for me to continue using it, right? So I kind of just I remember I got it back for 3 days in November, because I was like, oh, the challenge is finished. I get to use Instagram again. And I just didn't like it as much as I thought I would. And so I kind of just gave it up for good. I was like, you know what? I kind of enjoy not having social media, because it's just less stress on me. So I bring this up because I realize that now I have more time without the social media consumption, and of course I replaced Instagram and TikTok with just YouTube. Of course I was getting slop on YouTube, right? The AI baby slop that is for the iPad kids, essentially. That's what I was getting, and I didn't like that. So instead, I also deleted YouTube. Recently I just deleted YouTube. I recently deleted my Instagram account entirely, so I can't really go back to it if I want to. I don't want to be able to fall back into a bad routine. And I'm trying to make YouTube videos just to kind of pass the time, be better at talking in front of a camera, stuff like that. But I want to start up Slow on the Uptake, this series, specifically because I want to talk about content consumption, right? These algorithms in TikTok, on IG Reels, on the YouTube Shorts, and even in YouTube recommendations, they're all just ways for you to buy products. And I feel in this consumer capitalist kind of structure and society that we live in, at least if you're in a Western country, it can be a detriment to your mental health. That's kind of what I wanted to get at. It can be a detriment to your mental health. It can be a detriment to your mental well-being. And I feel like we're kind of getting pushed around in these social circles that don't challenge our way of thinking, don't open our minds to new ways of thought, and kind of just keep us in a loop, an endless loop of, hey, this person did this is happening, this trend is occurring, this joke's big now. And while it is fun and to connect with people in this way online, I definitely think there's a better way. And this is the reason why I'm starting this series. Through intentional content consumption that we can all agree on to watch, listen, or read, or even play. And we can all give our thoughts and opinions about this on our own time, taking things on your own pace. That's why the series is called Slow on the Uptake, the series where we take our own time. And this week, I wanted to introduce 3 pieces of media. So it's something to read, something to listen to, and something to watch. And today, for something to read, I want to introduce you guys to Ernest Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises. This book is kind of slow. It has many meaningless feeling conversations in it, or at least dialogue between the characters. But the premise of the story is that this takes place in the 1920s mid 1920s in Paris. It follows our protagonist, Jake Barnes. From his perspective, we understand the relationships he has with his friends, his colleagues, his romantic life as well. And we kind of get to know how he deals or tackles these types of situations, and how these other people that are his friends or his close colleagues, how they're dealing with struggles post the First World War. And it's an absolutely great read for, like, if you want to do like a historical fiction deep dive. It touches elements on romance, on drama. There's quite a lot of infidelity, a lot of precariousness on the nature of love, which I really enjoy so far. It's about 250 pages, depending on what version you get. And me personally, I'm on chapter 9 now out of 19. It's a pretty quick read. It's pretty easy it's simple to understand. It might not be the easiest thing, but it is a simple words. It doesn't devote itself to using like crazy vernacular, right? I definitely think it's a good read. But on that same topic of love, romance, and drama, I want to introduce you guys to Nana, the anime Nana. I'm sure many people have already seen this anime. It's directed by Morio Asaka, I believe. Her name, that's how it's pronounced. And it originally aired in 2006, which was the year I was born. I think that's pretty cool. So it's definitely got that old 2000s, very experimental anime theming in terms of animation theming going on. It follows these two protagonists. Nana Osaki is the name of both the protagonists, and they have the same name. The first Nana is a punk rock star. She is in a band called the Black Stones, which I'll actually divulge into next. And the second protagonist is also named Nana. She is kind of just like straight out of high school. She wants to find a job. She wants to live with her boyfriend. The nature of both Nana's relationship exposes a lot and like tells a really great story of how love impacts all of us and how it has an impact on these people's lives, right? It's an amazing, wonderful story. I have only watched the first couple episodes and I'm glazing it this hard, so definitely check it out. It has themes of like drama. It's very romantic based. It's a big part of it is self-actualization. Neither Nana kind of knows what they want. The punk rock one understands that she wants to be a rock star, but she also wants to have a romantic life with her boyfriend or her partner, and that she's struggling with that. And the second one doesn't really understand the world yet, and she's kind of discovering herself in that sense. Which, again, both tropes I think are really good, really well portrayed. Again, it is from 2006, so there might be some older themes that are already explored in this generation, but give it a watch. I do want to talk about it, and I'll probably be watching just in my free time. Now, I said I was going to talk about the Black Stones. The Black Stones is the band in Nana. It's the one that the punk rock Nana plays in. And the vocalist for that rock star Nana is Anna Tsuchiya. I bring her up because she is actually the songwriter for the album Strip Me, which is exactly what I want y'all to listen to. She kind of blew up with her single Rose, which was in an inspiration for the Black Stones, and she kind of grew as a creator, as an artist, because of the anime. And she released this album in 2008, I believe, kind of in tandem with Nana, because of her success in the anime as a vocalist. She used the alias Anna Inspi Nana and then parentheses Black Stone, which was kind of her thing back then. It has themes of heartbreak, of kind of searching and like acceptance of her own identity. It has a lot of talk of self-love, and self-love is something that I always preach and I always do want to explore, because there are different forms of it, and this is a very cathartic way of expressing herself for her body, herself, like her soul, her mind. A big theme is a control over her sexual agency, over the choice of how her body is perceived, and her bodily autonomy. Right? It's literally in the title, Strip Me. So yeah, this is a pretty good series. Definitely recommend it. But again, this all ties into the theme of intentional content consumption, right? I want to create a space where we can have a small community, where I can have a small community of people that all gather from a similar interest. We can talk about the same things, this week's show, this week's topics, and I really enjoy having a community or a place where open discussion and challenging other people's perspectives is welcome, rather than creating echo chambers of people who only have the same opinions. Kind of seeing things from different perspectives would be ideal, to be honest, because I want to understand everybody's perspective, and that's how we grow smarter, that's how we grow more intelligent and more empathetic with other humans. That's what I want to do, and I do hope that anybody who watches this ends up listening to the album, ends up reading the book, or ends up watching that anime. Me personally, I know that I'm going to be reading, or at least I'm going to listen to the audiobook of The Sun Also Rises at work, because I just had the time to do that. I know I'll be listening to the album while I'm working out at the gym or during boxing practice, and I'll probably be watching the anime in my free time, just hanging out, chilling. It's summertime, so I know anybody that's like a student and is not taking any summer classes just has the time. So I do recommend that you invest your time, that you explore this, because it is a beautiful thing. Thank you.